Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, obviously Sunday, we'll be talking about more football. Last week we did Napoli, go check it out if you guys haven't already. This week, I'm going to be talking about a star, a talent, and a player that I think someone at Arsenal will probably go and sign, whether it's in January or next summer. Mykhailo Mudryk. I think I said it properly. These names are never easy to say. I mean, I don't know how you say these names, but yeah. And let's just get into it. Now, this player is so special. Obviously he did play against Real Madrid 2 times. Did see him play. There's something about him. He's very rapid, very quick, and I don't know how many goals he has so far. In fact, let me look at their top scorers. Let me have a look. So their top scorers right now, he is in second. He has 5 goals. I think that's in the Ukrainian league. I'm not too sure what and how they're doing in the Champions League. His market value is only 15 million euros, which is definitely not correct. There's no way he's going for that cheap. I think they will probably demand like 45, 50, which I think is a fair value. I think for a player like him, I think it is a fair price. And I think if you want someone like him for the long term, he maybe hasn't proven it in Europe's top 5, top 6 leagues just yet. He's playing in a slightly weaker league. He has shown that he can do it in the Champions League in certain moments as well. I just think that why not give it a shot? 45 million euros for a team like Arsenal. What's there to lose? They paid, was it 90, maybe even more, maybe less for Pepe a few years ago. Hasn't worked out. So in my opinion, I just think that this is someone that they really have to go for. And if you look at Mudryk, he can play off the left, he can play off the right, preferably off the left. I think he can even play as a 10 or even up front, but like I said, preferably on the left. They've got Martinelli, I know, but what happens if there's an injury? Okay, then Smith Rowe, but is Smith Rowe the best option off the left? Not really. Then you look even deep down, you got Marquinhos, who is still very, very young and inexperienced, who came from the Brazilian league, and then you have no one else. So I think someone like Mudryk would be a perfect example of going in, having a bit of a rotational with Martinelli. Whoever is on better form starts. I just think that is perfect for Arsenal, because right now Arsenal are top of the league in the Premier League. They're doing really, really well. But I feel like if you want to compete against Manchester City for that title, which I don't think they will. I don't think the fans or even the players, surely they have the mindset, but I don't think that's what their target is. Top 4, I think, at the start of the season was their target. They're overachieving basically. And if they want to keep that dream of maybe not winning the league, but top 2, top 3, which would be insane for Arsenal, I think they need signings, they need to make some reinforcements. And I think what else better than getting someone like Mudryk in. Apparently he could be a good player. I think Newcastle, another team that could be looking at him. I know off the left they have Saint Maximin, but he doesn't seem to be playing that much recently as well. And they played Joelinton yesterday against Chelsea. So yeah, they could definitely do with him, but I think someone like Arsenal will be perfect. And he has said it himself that if Arsenal did come in for me, it'd be very hard to turn down the offer. And he has been a key part to Shakhtar, by the way. So yeah, Shakhtar losing him will be huge for that club. And I just want to let's talk about Shakhtar. Why not? We did play them 2 times in the Champions League group stages. This guy, obviously, like I said, massive part. And the fact that they're still playing quite well, with obviously Mudryk carrying them when they lost the likes of David Neres, Dodo, Solomon, Pedrinho, and Marlon, is just incredible. And yeah, I would say one more time, keep a lookout on him. He's one of those players like um, Kvaratskhelia at Napoli, who I just think under the radar signing, and I think he'll be a lot more cheaper than Kvaratskhelia, because I think he would probably go for 70, 80, because he's playing so well for a team like Napoli, who are top of the league in Serie A, but maybe Mudryk maybe isn't showing like, oh my god, he can do it in the Serie A or the Bundesliga or the Liga or the Prem. But I'm sure if you bring him in, you give him a run of games, you let him adapt to that league, I think he needs 6 months, I mean not even 6 months, a year at least to be fair, to adapt to the Premier League. And I think he will be a good player eventually. So yeah, for me, keep a lookout on this guy, Mykhailo Mudryk, because I just think, look, he will be a star in the future. And yeah, whoever gets him, whether that's Arsenal, Newcastle, or any other team who gets him, will really get a star and a good asset on the left. Especially for Newcastle. I mean, if they are building that project, by the way, I know we talked about Arsenal, but Newcastle, if they are building that project under the new owners, you couldn't really say new, they've been here for about a year now, but maybe not new owners, but under owners who are rich, from Saudi, they've got the ambition to put Newcastle in the top 4, because Newcastle are on track, right? And I feel like if they want to get their opportunity and even sort of give themselves that more chance of being in the top 4 nail on, I think signing someone like Mudryk will be a statement signing. We'll be going to the public and saying, look, we are not messing about, we are aiming for the top 4 spot and we are going to go for it. And if they manage to do it in January, which is like perfect for me in my opinion, but I'm not too sure if Shakhtar will want to sell Mudryk in January. If they go in and say 50 million, 55, 60, I think if they offer something like that, it'll be very hard to turn down for both the club and even the player. I mean, look, he might want to go to Arsenal, but I think that if you have the chance to go to any Premier League team, especially an ambitious side like Newcastle, you would probably say yes, even though we might not be Arsenal. But I feel like, yeah, Newcastle, go for it, and he'll go on to the left hand side. And I mean, look what an attack. Almiron at his best, Wilson or Wood, I will probably put Wilson up front, Mudryk on the left, with Bruno Guimaraes in behind them. What a team that will be. And they've still got more to, start building them into pieces. But I think someone like Mudryk will be a first step for Newcastle, that statement signing saying we are going to go for the top 4 spot. And yeah, I think he'll just be incredible. But Arsenal, again, like I said, keep a lookout on them, because Mudryk very interesting in Arsenal. And I think Arsenal could go for someone like Mykhailo Mudryk to compete and have some sort of rotational and, big teams. I remember Eric Ten Hag, it's not really relevant, but he said this about Diogo Dalot. Some of the top teams, they always have good amount of players in each position to compete. And I think Arsenal are no stranger to that. They want to get into the top 4. I think they will get into the top 4, but they want to challenge City for the league. If they do, they will have to make some signings, because they can't, and I don't think they will last until the end of the season top of the table with that team they have got right now. I don't think so. So yeah, Mudryk will be an incredible signing, but again, there might be an underdog from somewhere. Like I remember Gakpo nearly going to Southampton. That's so random, but Mudryk, I think, keep a lookout on him. He'll be one fantastic player in the future. And yeah, let's see where he goes. But yeah, that'll be it for today's video. Slightly shorter one, but we're talking about one player, not a whole team. If you guys want to see any sort of shouts, like who I'll talk about next, let me know in the comments below. I might pick some of them. But yeah, I'll be back next Sunday for some very interesting ones. Gonna keep this going, because with the World Cup break, no Real Madrid reviews for next month and a half. Then you have, World Cup. I might make some World Cup reviews. I'm not too sure. I don't really have a team I support, because my nation aren't in it. So I might go Portugal, but Brazil seems to have strong favourites. But who really knows, right? I've got some videos planning to come out in the next few weeks. It'll be very interesting. But yeah, that'll be it for today's video. Hit the like button if you guys did enjoy today's video. Subscribe to the channel that's on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.